Hi, everyone. This is a weekly wrap up. I know most of you are over on our Facebook page, kind of watching the rescue of Tiger Indy. I apologize, I'm a little disheveled. I just got back to Minnesota, but wanted to kind of stay with our weekly wrap up. I'm going to really talk more about what's been going on over the last week. So many of you know that we are on the road to rescue from Arizona to Minnesota here to actually bring Tiger Cub Indy home. And I wanted to just do kind of a short wrap up on, hi, good afternoon, Lisa. A short wrap up on kind of what's been going on. The trip has been going really smooth, and many of you know that Indy's backstory has made it all over the media, and I'm thankful for that because we're seeing more and more illegally trafficked wildlife, especially tiger cubs, across the U.S. and even Mexico right now. And so, bringing her story to light, she is just one example of so many tiger cubs that have been picked up at the border, seized by authorities during non-related police kind of raids and things like that, or just illegally sold as a pet. And so she's just a sampling of what's been happening across the country. And the lucky ones make it to sanctuary, but so many of them don't, or so many come in really, really poor condition. And so this last week, we've been getting ready for Indy's arrival by doing a few things. One is one of our witness protection tigers moved over an enclosure to then be able to have Nova kind of move back to the back enclosure, and then Indy to move up front so that we can see if any combination of those young tigers get along. And we've been doing a lot of play dates. As you guys know, Gino and Sophie were having some play dates. And next week, they'll have their first overnight, and then they'll have their first formal play date in their large yard. So things are going well. We're not seeing a lot of cuddling, but we're not seeing any aggressive behavior. And Sophie's appropriately letting Gino know when it's too much in his space. So that's been really good. Teresa and those guys are working on more mergers with the Bengals and hybrids and trying Hilo is still trying to find a good fit for him, and so we'll try a few more of those. So far, cats have been doing pretty well. Lavani is still not wanting a lot of his food this week, but we have tried a kind of a CBD trial for anxiety and pain, and we don't know if the taste of that might have just made him not want his food or search for food, so we'll be stopping that. We've also scheduled Taras's vasectomy. So we have it scheduled for August, and Dr. Kushner will be coming and joining Dr. Campbell, and Dr. Camper is going to come on site as well. Dr. Camper has not done a big cat vasectomy, and so she's going to come and watch Dr. Kushner. And so I love when we see different vets working together and sharing their expertise. That's been awesome and awesome. What else? I'm a little tired and I shouldn't be. Katie's here, who I'm going to bounce around a little bit. Katie from Southwest Wildlife joined me on the trip back so that she can help Indy transition and also help herself transition, because she's been Indy's primary caregiver for the last, since January, the last 5.5 months. And so I can only imagine the emotion she's feeling, when I think back of Dash, and if I had to give him to another facility at 5.5 months. And it is one of the most selfless things her and Southwest Wildlife are doing, because they know their setup is designated for native species, and they really wanted her to grow up to be with other tigers and at a big cat facility. So just commend them for always putting the decisions of the animals first. That's really, really respectable, and I appreciate it. And we promise to take wonderful, wonderful care of Indy. I'm so glad that we are able to bring you guys along for the rescue, because with our witness protection cats and many other cases we work on, we can't do that. We can't take you along every step. Now, this was made so simple for us because of the work of Southwest Wildlife and what authorities did. They intervened early. They got her to good care. They got her to appropriate facility. They were able to socialize her. And that is so different than many of the other rescues that we pick up and are frightened, scared, and have medical care. And we have to be very careful during transport and unloading and things like that. I mean, if you can see the live posts on Facebook of Indy, she is as relaxed as can be. And that's all because of the socialization and care that Indy received at Southwest. So we're forever grateful for them. And on top of it, Noah and Elizabeth are doing great. I was told by caretaking team that Noah is just absolutely in love with his pool, and we will find him there all the time. Elizabeth has decided that the tiger trio next door, are now an issue again when she's in her holding yard. She was fine with them for a while. When she first arrived, she wanted to tell them off and roar, and now for some reason, again, she's saying, I don't like them near me in my holding yard, so they're putting up a blind, but they can be finicky, and we do whatever the cats need us to do. I was also able to go around and go see Dash and Thor today, and sorry to say, I do not see any play date or merger in their future. Dash is 1 minute chuffing and the next minute being very defensive and hissing and roaring at Thor. Then Thor will roar back and they'll stand up. And so I just don't think there's a comfort there. So we'll look at, they're doing fine on the shared wall. Nobody's hurting each other. Nobody's quality of life is affected. So we can take our time moving cats around, because maybe they'll be a better fit for Dash with some of the new tigers when they get a little bigger. So we'll see. That's always always an option, but we've never had so many young cats and so many single cats. Between our bobcats and our Bengals and the new tigers, there's going to be so much time spent on play dates and hoping we make a miracle match. And if we don't, then they all have their big spaces they can go back to. Also, just to give you an update, we're looking at maybe 5 p.m. tonight, Central Standard Time, or maybe 6 o'clock, that they'll be here with Indy. So they're making really great time. And so we're going to go live on Facebook for the unloading. And then for her first overnight, we're still determining, based on what time she gets here, what's the best option for Indy. Is it to put her in quarantine, knowing that she'll then load right in the crate in the morning, and to go down to her new yard, because we want to be able to keep an eye on her. And it's a little rainy and icky out right now. She's never seen rain, they said. And I think she'll be fine and adjust fine. And we'll have Nova locked in for the night so she can explore her habitat without Nova right on the shared wall. And we're going to set up a baby cam so that Katie can watch it all night and make sure the tiger she's raised is doing really well and doing fine if we lock her in the bungalow or if she happens to be in the quarantine room. So really, it's all going to depend upon what time they get here, how much daylight is left, and what the weather is like, to determine where she's going to go for the evening. And then definitely tomorrow, she's going to be out in the habitat with toys. Once she's there, then we'll fill the pool a little bit, but we're not going to fill it right away. Or maybe we'll fill it a little bit, but it's a big, deep pool. So we want to make sure her comfort level. And Nova's been enjoying that big pool. She's been running back and forth and just diving in the water and bringing all of her crepe paper enrichment into the water. So she might be a little jealous when she sees another tiger using her pool, but I think she'll definitely get over it. And we've really, like I said, we caught up on wellness exams. So we're not really seeing cats right now until we get some of these moves and mergers taking place, because that takes up a lot of time. A vet day takes a lot of time from animal caretakers. And right now they're opening pools for the season. They're moving cats around. They're watching cats to make sure those moves and mergers go well. And so we want to give them the time to do that. And so, of course, if an animal needs to be seen, Our vets will see them, we'll stop what we're doing, we'll do it. In the meantime, Dr. Campbell's doing his rounds. Dr. Camper was on site doing rounds, and the caretakers are watching to see if there's any issues. So we're still talking and keeping that communication open, but the wellness exams have been kind of postponed for a little bit. This weekend is a kind of a really big weekend because we not only have a big crew day of volunteers coming, we also have all of our outreach volunteers coming on site to kind of go through kind of the education points again and how to put up the displays and things like that. So when they go out to booths over the summer, they're kind of all trained in. And then on Sunday, Gina is doing a very special visit tour because our volunteers do get to see the cats at the end of the day. It's our way of thanking them for a day of labor for the cats, to go see the cats they have helped. And over the winter, you remember how bad our winter was, that the people that came and shoveled for us during those snowstorms, all the cats were locked in because they were helping shovel the paths. And so they didn't get to see any cats. And so they're coming back this Sunday to do a little bit of walk around to be able to see those cats that they helped all winter long. So that's really nice. Right now, our next thing is going to be probably like a toy drive for the cats, because the staff have said that we are in need of some new toys of the younger residents here. There's been some destruction. So watch for that in the coming weeks if you'd like to purchase a toy for a cat. And it'll be celebrating some of our newest younger residents' first birthday. So we'll want you guys to be part of those parties as well. It's amazing how many 1-year-olds we're going to have. Trying to think of anything else. I just got back, so I've been trying to write some things. We want to put together a video on cub trafficking that we're seeing more, so that we can do an educational message, very similar to a small cat crisis message. And Kelly, our operations director, just got back from her wedding, so we welcomed her back today, and that was wonderful that she got some time off for that. And then I think Judson and Elise are going to need some well-deserved time off for a few days to recuperate. And last night I stayed on site in the old intern bunkhouse, which is a single wide trailer. And I was sleeping with Tigger, the Bengal that lives in there. And usually we have the bedroom shut so that he can't go in there, just because we don't know who's going to be using the bedroom and if they want a cat there or whatever. But he has the rest of the area. He has a Barca-lounger, a couch with tons of cat beds on it. They have a big screen, smart TV up where they turn on TV for him all the time. So I'm sleeping in this little room. Tigger's got the whole place. And I start hearing this like gnawing last night. And I don't know if it was a mouse, a possum, or possibly a skunk at the bottom of the trailer, but it sounded almost like it was in the trailer. And I was really tired, and I was really nervous that some rodent was going to kind of scare me in the middle of the night. So I decided to leave the bedroom with the door open. I went and slept on the couch and moved some of Tigger's comforters and things away. And I really thought that Tigger would curl up with me, but nope, I found him in the bed of the room I left, total snuggled up in the blanket there. And I was just kind of laughing because I was, out, we switched spots, but everybody else is doing well. Emery, the new stray cat, is still a pain in our little rump because she is what we call a starving stray. So even though she's getting tons of food, nutritious diet, she still thinks she needs to eat everything in sight. And so she's stealing volunteers' food. She tried to steal a muffin this morning. She's eating dog food and, stealing that from Kiara. So we're trying to keep her at bay. But she's doing well. The office cats upstairs are doing well. So far, nothing new with Josie, which is a good thing because her eye has healed and those soft paws on her claws have made it that she's not scratching her eye. So no news is good news there. And it's kind of going to be a short weekly wrap up today because we are going to be getting ready for Indy, the Tiger Cubs' arrival. If you want to see all of the news that was on her, just do a Google search for Arizona Tiger Cub moves to Minnesota or something like that, because we are so grateful for so much coverage here in Minnesota and in Arizona and nationally. And we'll definitely keep you in step with us over the unloading tonight and over how she transitions over the next few days. as well. So thank you guys for those that contribute. We still need more sponsor parents. And, Indy's popular. She always needs more sponsor parents. I will do a call out and an advertisement for your favorite tiger. Noah does not have many sponsor parents. And Elizabeth has way more than Noah. So we don't want Noah to feel bad. So if anybody is looking to sponsor a big cat, Noah is a great one to add. And thank you guys so much. Any contributions you've given or continue to give will really help us provide a lifetime care for our new tiger, Indy. Whenever we take in a new young resident, we have a 20-year commitment, and we want to make sure that we are true to those animals by always being prepared for them for 20 years to come. Richard's asking, will we show anything on YouTube? Right now, we're not going live on YouTube, but we will be reposting the lives we do on Facebook over to YouTube, so it'll be delayed. So you can always check back here. But if you check, I know they've been uploading the lives that we did on Indy being loaded and her trip to the sanctuary on YouTube as well. So thanks, everybody. Sorry it's a short one this week. But it's been crazy here, and just want to be ready for our new residents. And I definitely want to spend some time with all of our existing ones. So have a great rest of your day.